Every year, criminals are getting more sophisticated in figuring out how to exploit the internet for purposes of doing harm to others.
These guys are really sophisticated, they're technology-oriented.
It's everything from malicious code and computer viruses, to child pornography and human trafficking, to software counterfeiting, internet piracy, advertising fraud, click fraud.
Anything you can think of that makes money, these guys are involved.
It's a lot of different sorts of sinister activities that victimize people all over the world.
Cybercrime is a truly global crime, a transnational crime in nature that is different from what used to be.
There's no set boundary for where they might come from, and there's no set boundary for where they might attack. A lot of it is targeted opportunity, wherever they can find a toehold, especially if it's financially motivated.
The techniques of the adversaries keep getting more sophisticated. It doesn't cost much to attack. It costs a lot to defend.
Given the migration of so much of our important work, our personal information, to the cloud, you have to have a level of commitment by a company like Microsoft to protect computer users. The Cybercrime Center is one tangible example of our commitment.
I think that we are at a critical moment in time. In part, it's because the problem is getting worse. Now, at the same time, our technology is getting much more sophisticated, and it was clear this was the time to make sure that we harness the power of that technology so that we have the most powerful ability in the world to fight crime on the internet.
Well, the Cybercrime Center is a place, a global headquarters for our worldwide digital crimes unit that is fighting cybercrime around the world. It's a place where our most talented lawyers, intelligence specialists, investigators work together here with law enforcement and industry partners to combat cybercrime and investigate real cybercrime cases every minute of every day. That includes mapping capabilities, it includes malware detection capabilities, all sorts of cutting-edge forensic techniques that allow us to detect, monitor, and investigate the cybercriminals.
No nation or no international or the regional organizations can fight against cybercrime alone. We need a global alliance.
Where there are bad guys in one country doing damage in another country, our ability to have a global footprint and be able to interact with law enforcement in all these different countries is essential.
It's vital that we have a set of relationships where people can come in and work together and not work at the speed of government or even at the speed of business, but at the speed of cyber.
If you worked alone, what you would see is these complex networks. You would take down one site and another one would pop up. So essentially it becomes a game of whack-a-mole. Instead of doing that, we're able to work with Microsoft and make really lasting, impactful change by taking down things on a much larger scale, because they have the visibility and the expertise to do that.
Ultimately, though, everybody's vulnerable.
I think it's very exciting, this development of this Microsoft Cybercrime Center. With the technology, having it being 24/7, I think that's the type of response that we need as a society.
Cyber defense is a team sport, and everybody has to be involved. We have to work together. So it has to be a private sector, it has to be a public sector, it has to be international.
To clearly name specific unit in Microsoft as Cybercrime Center, it's an obvious sign to law enforcement that Microsoft is serious about cybercrime, that Microsoft is serious to work with law enforcement.
When there is a criminal anywhere in the world who's trying to separate an elderly person from their money, trying to defraud somebody, trying to steal their personal information, we have a better capability to connect the dots, follow the leads, work with law enforcement, and ultimately prove to that criminal that this is not a way for them to make money.
Innovation is at the heart of Microsoft as a company, but it's not just in how we make products, it's how we fight crime. This place is at the epicenter of our commitment to innovation in fighting crime.
It helps ensure that our customers get the benefit of all of this expertise, that they have a safer and reliable computing environment. It also enables us to do something for the world as a whole, we hope, in terms of ensuring that everybody, no matter what kind of computing device they're using, can do so with more confidence.